In this video we are going to see lakes and how it is forming and what it is that we already studied in smaller classes. So you may be familiar with valleys of Kashmir and the famous Dal Lake and the House of the Boats and the Shivkaranas and which attracts the thousands of the tourists every year because of the presence of many lakes and the presence of the lake system. We can see many tourists they are coming. Similarly, we are visiting some of the nearby areas, that is to enjoy the boating, swimming and water games like that. And some of the lakes it is man-made lakes, some are like big ponds and some of them it is naturally made. Imagine this Srinagar, Nainital and other tourist places did not have a lake, would they have been attracted as they are today? If the presence of water it is needed, that is making the beauty of that area it is improving. Because of the presence of water we can see the greenery of that area, so it is getting maximum tourist. And have you ever tried to know the importance of lakes in making a place attractive to tourists? Apart from the attraction for tourists, lakes are also useful to human beings many way. First of all, we know when we are thinking as a with ordinary thinking, we can understand the uses of the lake. We are getting fish items from lakes, then irrigation, water for irrigation, for agriculture or for the industrial sector we are getting water from the lakes. So we want to find out lakes of a large extent are called seas, like Caspian and the Dead and the Aral seas, like that. Why it is we are calling it like that as a lake? Okay, India has many lakes. These differ from each other in the size and other characteristics. And we know the some of the lakes with the salty water, some of the lakes with fresh water, and size also like a big one and smaller one, like that. Different types of lakes are there in India. Most lakes are permanent. Some certain during the rainy season, and like the lakes in the basins of inland or drainage of semi-arid region. Means we are having two types of lakes here. Means when we are thinking about water facility, some are the permanent lakes. There are water in throughout the year. Some of the lake they are having water only in the rainy season. And there are some lakes which are the result of the action of glaciers and ice sheets, while other have been formed by the wind and river action and human activities. So according to the formation we can divide lakes into again four types, because of the glaciers and ice sheet formed lakes, then wind formed lakes, river action because of that formed lakes, then human means we made some of the lakes because like big dams we made it, and it is forming like a lakes, like that. Different according to that we can make it to four major groups. Then meandering rivers cross a floodplain, forms cut off that later develops into oxbow lakes. In the first page of this lesson we showed like that picture how where it is, why we are calling it is Oxford. Okay, we can see the in the third course, the lower course, or in the third course we can see some of this area like that. It was in olden days the river was flowing in this way, and slowly the slit and sand it is deposited in this area. It is deposited in this area, and one part of the river it is separated and it is forming like that U shape or C shape, like that. In different way we are explaining. Anyway, we are calling it oxbow lakes. And it is we can see it is formed like this first. It is forming like this first, and slowly we can see gathering of water there, and slowly it is that because of that gathering of water, the slit and the sand it is depositing nearby area, and it is the course of the river it is moving to other part. It may be coming like this or moving to this side and forming the oxbow lake. That is the one type of lake we can here in India. Okay, then spits and bars are lagoons in the coastal areas. We can see Lagoons means it is near to the sea ocean, near to the ocean area, or near to the sea area, and it is forming a lake, and we can see that is very salty water, and the name of the like that lakes are Chilka Lake and Pulikot Lake and the Kolluru lakes. Like that many lakes are there. It is taken only famous lakes names only. And lakes in the region of the inland drainage are sometimes seasonal. For example, the Sambar Lake in Rajasthan, which is a salty water lake, and its water is used for producing salt. We are using salt, lake water for producing salt. That is in Rajasthan. That is seasonal one, and that is inland drainage water. And next one, most of the fresh water lakes are in the Himalayan region. We can see the Himalayan region, we can see the fresh water. It is not a salty water because it is far away from oceans, as well as it is forming because of the glacial origin or ice sheet origin, and they are glacial origins. In other words, they formed when glaciers dug out a basin. When the glaciers melting and coming together with that mud and forming the dug area, that is slowly it is becoming a lake, that is known as the freshwater lakes what we are seeing in the Himalayan region, and which are later filled with snow melt. And the Walnar Lake in Jammu and Kashmir is in contrast is the result of tectonic activity because of the changes of the landmass. Because of that one land lake formed in Jammu and Kashmir, that is Walnar. Then it is the largest freshwater lake in India. Which one is the largest freshwater lake in in India? That is Walnar, that is in Jammu and Kashmir. And Dal Lake, Bhimtal, Nainital, Loktak and the Barapani are some other important freshwater lakes. And other areas maximum we are seeing that the salty water lakes, and we can see the Himalayan area, Loktak lake, and how much good scenery we can see, green scenery we can see there in that area. Okay, then we are moving apart from the natural. The damming of the river for the generation of hydral power has also led to the formation of lakes such as Guru Gobind Sagar, then Bakra Nangal project, that is in Indus river project, that we will study details, you will study in next year. Okay, that because we made dams for the keeping of water for the hydroelectric power purpose, and knowingly means slowly it started to known as the Guru Gobind Sagar. Then make a list of natural and artificial lakes with the help of the atlas. You want to take atlas, and I think all of you have atlas at home, and please find out the names of at least 10 natural and artificial lakes names. Then lakes are great value in human being. A lake help to regulate the flow of a river. Means if we are human made or natural lakes, it is regulating the flow of the water, because first it will accumulate water in the dams or in the lake, then slowly only it will go out, so we can regulate the flow of the river water. During heavy rains it prevents flooding, and during the dry season it helps the mountain to maintain an even flow of water. Means the rainy season, when it is coming heavy rain, we can regulate water with the help of these lakes, so we can avoid flood, and even it is keeping water for summer season, so the people they will get irrigation at least for using water or water for irrigation from the lakes. Then lakes can be also used for developing hydral power, and in India also we are having like that. And this Bakra Nangal, what we said, that one we are using artificial lake, that we are using for hydroelectric power purpose. Then they moderate the climate of the surrounding, because the presence of the water, we can see the ecosystem or the surrounding area or the environment of that area, it is becoming very much green in color, and it is helping to keep good climate and maintaining the aquatic ecosystem, enhance natural beauty, and help develop tourism and provide recreation. Means from that, because of the lake or rivers we are getting we can earn money from tourism, because many people they are attracted to see the scenery, natural scenery and waterfalls and other things. Okay, next one, it is a role of the rivers in the economy, that we will continue next day. Thank you. Have a nice day.